portion of this video is sponsored by Viator. Dun, 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 dun. Andiamo! Dun, 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 dun. Andiamo! Ciao! Hey everyone, it's Jasmine. I got George behind the camera.
What's up, everybody?
And we have landed in the gorgeous city of Florence, Italy. Florence is an absolute gem and a must visit for anyone who loves history, art, and of course, incredible food. This city is nestled in the heart of Tuscany. It's known as the birthplace of the Renaissance.
Join us on the Sunset Food and Wine Tour, and I highly recommend booking your own Viator experience wherever you're headed next. They have over 300,000 travel experiences on Viator. There's millions of real traveler reviews, plus free cancellation up to 24 hours before your experience, which keeps things super flexible. I'll leave the link to the exact food tour that we booked in the description below.
Anyway, it's time to stuff our faces. Let's go! Or as they say here, andiamo. Wow.
These guys were calling always over. If you needed the rest, so it's very important. That is another certification of like being perfect places for hiking with the salt, the herbs, rosemary, and black pepper. One of the difficult Thai, pork, green, and well. So you learn
That salami was amazing. That was a fennel salami, and it was so soft, so tender. That flavor, not too pungent at all. It was amazing. Probably one of my favorite salamis I've ever had. That radicchio with the goat cheese and fig. Oh my god.
Yeah, radicchio, slightly bitter, kind of cuts through that goat cheese.
All right, everyone's headed upstairs. Let's go back and head to the next stop. Guys, check that out. That's the office of Gucci. Started here in 1921, our tour guide just said. That's sick.
Some music of Europe.
All right, we just visited the King of Cheese. My goodness, that cheese was amazing.
Yeah, honestly, that was some of the best pecorino that I've ever had.
Best pecorino, best truffle, best best Parmigiano Reggiano. We were both saying that it wasn't too salty, it wasn't too like punchy, it wasn't doing too much.
The pecorino, the thing I love most about it is it wasn't too dry and hard and brittle. It was actually, it had a crumble to it, but it was kind of creamy.
Yeah. George and I actually aren't the biggest fans of truffle, but that truffle wasn't doing too much, like I just said.
It was a very nice truffle flavor. I mean, it was a black truffle. Maybe we don't like white truffle. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Also, that Parmigiano Reggiano, impeccable.
Yeah, those white calcium crystals were like crispy, so sweet.
So a big key characteristic between a Florentine Parmigiano Reggiano and a Roman Parmigiano Reggiano is that it's less salty.
Yeah, a little bit more mild in flavor, a little bit sweeter as well.
I'm shook because every time we're like trying cheeses on a food tour, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's just some more cheese. But this is the first time where I'm like, wait. These cheeses, they're main characters.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite one?
Oh my god, favorite? Damn, I'm not sure. I feel like I could eat a handful of that black truffle cheese.
Oh yeah, the black truffle pecorino. That was so good.
But I think my favorite is gonna have to be the Parmigiano Reggiano.
My favorite.
Pecorino.
My favorite is the pecorino, hands down. That was so good. I would eat that by the wheel.
So far, enjoying the food tour?
So far, loving it.
We are actually at a wine wall right now. Another point to do a food tour because we get to skip the line. I actually feel really bad. There's a huge line and then they were like, all right, food tour, go. Buonasera. White? Grazie. We are at Babe. You don't have to go to Babe. There are actually over 80 wine walls in Florence. You can even find a map and it'll tell you where all the wine walls are. So if you see a really long line, don't lose hope because you can find another one. I got a white wine, and with the tour, they also gave us this bruschetta with stracciatella and tomatoes and basil, and it is a very delicious and typical appetizer here in Florence. I love stracciatella. If you don't know what stracciatella is, it's the inside of a burrata. So good. You want to try?
Oh my god, I love stracciatella. So wet, so juicy, amazing. The wine wall experience, very neat. I guess you can't come to Florence without trying it once. Let's go to the next stop.
We're only here in Florence for a couple of days, but highlight of the trip, this food tour.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love learning about the culture.
And the history,
Yeah.
so cool. The insider knowledge, like as we're walking around, he's like, take note, good for seafood. Who likes this? Write it down. This place is really good. That's what I want. I want local recommendations. And he's so honest too. He's like, yeah, you don't have to go to that wine wall. There's a bunch. It's not even the best one, you know? Like if you find one, just go to it.
And if you have any questions, you can always ask the tour guide, the local, and they'll be able to give you, your honest responses.
Yeah, we even often ask them, like, what are your go-to chips that you buy at the grocery store? And then we'll go and get them because we're curious as to what they
Yeah, like what are the local flavors? You know? Also very interesting to learn. Those wine holes started from the bubonic plague.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So they had those little windows to, keep the interactions as small as possible.
But still guarantee that they would have wine.
Yeah, and exactly. They knew what their priorities were.
Now our tour guide said we're headed to one of the oldest restaurants in Florence. He said that this restaurant has his favorite food. Oh, did you hear that? He's like, he's a pizza lover? Write it down.
Every city here in Italy's got their own regional foods that they're known for and they take great pride in.
Another wine wall. This one's an ancient one from the ruins.
This has been patched up so you can't actually get any wine from it anymore.
We're actually headed to one of the oldest restaurants here in Florence. Our tour guide has not told us what foods that we're trying, but he did say his favorite food is at this restaurant.
Can't wait to find out what his favorite foods are because, if you ask...
He's eating Florentine steak.
If you ask any local, they'll tell you, a ton of different answers. Like we asked one of the locals yesterday while we were out in town, and their favorite was Florentine tripe, which is a new dish. We've never had it before, never seen anything like it. It's basically like this really soft, stewed, tender tripe, and we've never even had tripe that was soft before. This is called the Gnudi because it's basically a naked ravioli. The wrapper on here is very thin. Spinach and ricotta with sage and butter. Oh, so smooth, so silky. It's almost like mashed potatoes, that texture. This is incredible. And the flavor is very light.
It's also topped with some Parmigiano Reggiano. This looks like meatballs, like a spinach meatball. Whoa. All right, my review is gonna be like kind of weird and wacky, but when I'm eating this, what I'm picturing is that TikTok video series where there's a bunch of balls and it's like different colors and you have to guess like what the inside color is gonna be. They break it and it cracks open and then it reveals that color. It's not a hard shell at all, but very good, very, very good. Let's go. Here at this next stop, we are actually trying Negroni. Negroni is Campari, red vermouth, and gin. However, modern day also has one with Prosecco. We decided to get one of each. The Prosecco one is known to be a little more washed down.
And Negroni was actually invented here, and so they claim so was the cocktail.
Yeah.
So the Negroni with the Prosecco is actually known as a mistaken Negroni because the person who made it thought it was made with Prosecco, but in fact it is gin.
And then on the east side, made with vodka instead of gin or Prosecco, it is the Negroski. All right, so if you like a lighter one, perhaps go with Prosecco. If you love a good strong drink, perhaps the one with gin.
Cheers.
Separation for our skin. I didn't use it, that's why it's like that way on this way.
We just had the Papa Pomodoro. We had Papa Pomodoro at another restaurant for lunch, actually.
Yeah.
And we really liked
good.
it. It was good, yeah.
But this one is different. This is more bright. The tomato is
Yes.
a lot more acidic, more sour, which is what we prefer.
Yes, we love a bright, acidic, tangy tomato that resembles much closer to tomato paste.
Yeah, it's true. I will say though, this one is much breadier than the last one that we had. That one was a little bit more soupy.
Did you see us cheers the soup? It was It's chunky.
Right, our last tasting of the day, right?
Yeah, this is the last tasting. This is a wild boar stufato. It is a wild boar stew. Very traditional Tuscan dish. It was eaten back in the day and thought to have given you bravery if you eat it. Oh,
That's delicious.
that's very good.
So savory, so rich.
It's not gamey at all. The stew's got celery, carrot. It tastes like a tomato base,
I wouldn't say like the boar is tender at all.
but it's not hard or chewy.
Do you know what I'm thinking right now that this would go well with?
Well, I know what I'm thinking. Crispy bread, like a bruschetta kind of bread.
Rice.
That too.
Well, I do have some bread actually.
Oh,
They gave it to us earlier. We were nibbling on this bread, and this bread is quite interesting. I've never had bread like this before. It tastes like rice water.
yeah, it's the most plain bread I've ever had. Like, it does have a bready flavor, but mostly it's very plain. More plain than white bread.
It tastes like air. Last stop of the day is Gelato, which was like the perfect end to any Italian food tour. We couldn't waste the opportunity to get completely different flavors, even though we both wanted what George is holding, which is crema antica and pistachio. Oh, it's dripping.
Yeah.
I will collect
So-
that, sir.
No, it's all good. So
Wait,
the
good.
crema antica, it is a classic custard flavor. And then the pistachio, this one is from Bronte, which is a really, really highly
It's a highly respected pistachio cultivator, and I have the dark chocolate and passion fruit.
cheers.
Cheers.
Salute.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so soft.
The antica is so
I
milky.
want to try.
I've never had that flavor before.
I can't taste it because I just had dark chocolate.
It tastes like very milky.
Mmm.
Oh, the pistachio, very pistachio flavor. A little salty.
Pistachio ready in second.
Oh, whoa. Let me try yours now. Wow.
I know. Try the maracuya, the passion fruit.
Dude,
That's crazy.
so sour.
It
It tastes like a real passion fruit.
It literally tastes like you took a bunch of passion fruit seeds, squished them, extracted all the juices, and then you're drinking a reduced version of
Tiramisu
it.
is second one.
I definitely prefer mine.
Well, I wanted your combination. I do love this though. This dark chocolate is incredibly dark, paired with that tart, bright passion fruit. But George's combination is what I wanted. Hey, be nice, share.
Oh,
I'll share. Crema antica is said to have been the original gelato flavor, and apparently gelato was invented in Florence from the Queen of Florence, who wanted to do a different take on dessert. Alrighty, everyone, we have finished our food tour. That was so fun.
yeah. Our tour guide was hilarious.
Honestly, I always recommend booking a Viator experience like wherever you go, because like I know I say this all the time, it is always a highlight of our trip.
Yeah.
We've been here 2 days. This was the highlight of our Florence trip.
Oh, absolutely.
Anyway, really, really cool. What was your favorite thing we had today?
Favorite thing I had today? Oh man, definitely the pecorino.
Oh my god, I was actually gonna say the cheeses too. Those cheeses were so good. Oh my gosh, our first stop, the one we had, the fennel salami.
Oh.
Best salami I've ever had.
The prosciutto is very good too.
Okay, yes, hit it out of the ballpark.
Anyway, we had a really good time. Hope to see you guys in the next one.
And let us know how you liked the video down in the comment section below. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Ciao.